Welcome back to Math Bytes. My name is Nathan Farrell, and today we're going to be factoring some polynomial equations. Now let's start with the more simple polynomial equation, which is just x squared plus 2x minus 3. Now, we're going to want to first make sure we have context for how these quadratic polynomial equations are formed. They're formed based on this formula, ax squared plus bx plus c. So you'll notice that a, b, and c correspond to the numbers in front of x, not actually x. And so I know it seems like there's no a right here, but if there's a time where there's nothing there, you can assume that there's a 1. And so next what we're going to do is come over and draw ourselves a diamond, because the best way to factor is by using the diamond method. And so the way the diamond method works is we do a times c and put it in the top, and we do b and put it in the bottom, and we see what multiplies to get the top number and adds to get the bottom number. And so if we multiply 1 and negative 3, because that's a times c, and get negative 3, and then in the bottom we just put our b, which is 2 in this example, we say what multiplies to get negative 3 but adds to get 2. So I would say that negative 1 and 3 multiply to get negative 3 and add to get 2. So then the next step can be to come down here and write out your factors using these two values we just got. And so it'll look like this: x minus 1 and x plus 3 are your factors. Now, again, that was one of the more simple polynomials. Now we're going to do an example where we have an actual coefficient besides 1 attached to the a term. And so when we have this example, it's just a bit more work because we can't take that shortcut straight back to the solutions. And so we're going to do a times c, so 2 times negative 5, just like this. It's going to get us negative 10. And then in the bottom, we're just going to put negative 3 for our b value. And so now we say, okay, what multiplies to get negative 10 and adds to get negative 3? Well, when I'm thinking of factors of negative 10, I see that negative 5 and 2 are the factors that multiply to get negative 10 and add to get negative 3. Now, instead of just jumping to my factors like in the previous example, we have to rewrite it out like this: 2x squared minus 5x plus 2x minus 5. So what I've done here is I've taken my two answers to my diamond method and I plugged them back in for this middle term and attached an x to each one, because what we can do now is factor by grouping. If we put parentheses around each chunk, we're going to take out the GCF and factor by grouping. And so I look in this example, the biggest thing I can take out is just x. And so I'm going to pull out an x and get 2x minus 5 on the inside. And then on this one, there's nothing I can take out. And whenever you have this occurred with your polynomial, just take out 1. And so I'm going to take out a 1, which won't change anything. And I get 2x minus 5 inside the parentheses. And so the last step to factor this more complex polynomial is to do what's called putting together the outsides and insides. We're going to take this x and the plus 1 and put it together inside of parentheses, and then we see that this matches each other. And when these are the same, that's how you know you factored it correctly, but we only write this factor down once, so we'll write 2x minus 5, and now your equation has been completely factored.